Yo, welcome to the brand new championship, guys, that is coming to the channel today, the BTCC championship with the URL. Now, this is a brand new league that we are taking part with, and as you can see, we're driving the car project GTR, which is an absolute fantastic car that we have found out over the last 3 races. Don't forget, on a Friday night, we also have the Porsche 911 championship, which is another video that's just been uploaded prior to this, and we're doing really well in this, guys. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and start the season out as strong as we can. Now, without any spoilers, just make sure you watch the end of all the videos, guys. I'm going to upload this every single week. So let's get straight into this first qualifying lap. As you can see, we get qualifying, then we have round 1, 2, and then we have a reverse grid on round 3, guys. So as you can see here, we kind of distance ourselves from the guy in front, Thomas, so that we can get a good run. But as you can see, he brakes super early on this corner, which gives us a little bit of a catch-up time. Now, at this point here, I can get a bit of free time from his dirty draft, but I don't really want to be that close to him coming up on a qualifying lap. So as you can see here, as we go around the corner, he takes it wide, we go close in, and right here we're up his back end. We're already braking more than what we would do. So this lap here is going to be a write-off. So let's speed this up a little bit. As you can see, we are all over him. No, sorry, we're going to speed it up in a second. We're braking, and you know, this is just not going to be a fast lap. We're currently sat in 3rd with 0 times put in.
Slow down for
so we're going to speed it up now. And as you can see, we are all over him. He's all over the track. I don't think he knows this track that well, but that's fine, because a lot of us are still trying to learn these tracks. And as you can see there, we're giving him a little nudge up. So yeah, definitely slowing us down. So we're gonna wipe off this lap here. Okay, this ain't gonna be our fastest lap, but it is good enough to put us into 3rd on fastest laps, guys. So there you go, 2 fast laps in a 1:39. We're putting in a 1:40.1, and then Drum Mat comes in again with just 60/10ths of a second quicker than us. So this is our fastest lap. As you can see, we're a little bit slow through the S-bends down here, but we've got no traffic ahead of us. We do have Josh that we did battle a little bit with during practice on this track. He's about as quick as us, but I'd say he's a little bit slow in some of the bends. So as you see here, we're getting a good line out of that bend there. Sorry, there's some traffic coming out past the house. Now we like this bend here. We like to go in nice and tight to it. Drop down to 3rd there, back up to 4th, and then into the braking zone there. And we get a good line through it. Now, as you can see, we put all 4 wheels on the rubber sidewall. Now, what we're actually going to do here is do the same again, go out wide, and that is pretty much the best line you can get through there, guys. So, as you can see, we do the same again there, run a little bit wider than what we wanted. But we're up through the gears now, coming into the last bend.
We could be on a good pace.
As you can see, let's see how we take this last bend here. We take it pretty well, I would say, maybe a little bit quicker. I do get a little bit nervous on that bend there, because the amount of times that we go off the track, it's just a scary part there, because if you catch that back end on the grass, you've got absolutely spinning. So is this going to be quick enough to put us up into 1st or 2nd? We will soon find out. We are going to finish it on a 1:39.8, puts us up into 2nd for the grid. Right, so as you can see there, you got 2 fast sitting in 1st. You got myself and then Drum Mac in the WRX sat in 3rd. So that's the first 3 positions on the grid, guys. Now, we need to get into this corner very quick, and need to try and get ahead of Too Fast. Now, I do know that his car does launch pretty quick off the line there. There you go. As you can see, we don't really make any impact on him, and he's pulling away. What a beautiful car that is as well, I'd like to say. The WD-40, absolute fantastic looking car. So we played it nice, giving a little love tap there, getting through the corner. Now as you see, there's a couple of cars behind us quite close, which would be Josh and Drum Mat. Now, like I said earlier, that Josh guy, first time racing with him. Very quick through the straights and through some of the bends. But was a little bit slower into the entry of bends. Guessing like an earlier braking zone really did cost him a little bit there. So you'll see further on in the race what I'm on about with that, guys. So as we come around into the, I don't know what this corner would be classed as, but it's a long scooping right, double right bender right here. So I always like to drop it down to third and then put it back up into fourth and then straight into the braking zone. And as you can see, there's a lot of different lines through here for a lot of cars. Now Too Fast goes a little bit wide but then goes really tight, where he does get a good line through this one here. So as you can see, there's multiple lines through this section of the course. Now as we start the straight here, we do want to get onto the back end of Too Fast and try and get back into a slip. Now as you can see, we are literally 600th of a second behind, so we should be in a slip, but it's still pulling away. Now we found that car was so quick out the corners. It was only on the straights that my actual GTR would start catching him, but on this track there's not really that many straights. So as we come into the first bend here, we get a good line. Now I do feel like we were the quickest through this starting S-bend on the League 3 races. As you can see, we make up a lot of time there. Back on him, back into the power, coming down this back straight. Now, again, as you'll see, he runs a little bit wide there. He multiple times does run wide there. He tries to rub off some of that dirty tyre wear. Now we get a good braking system onto him here.
As you can see, I'm a little bit late on the brakes there for him.
To make some sort of move.
That's going to be a good opportunity to actually outbrake him,
into the
challenge for his position
after this
and the same as the last corner as well. Braking a little bit earlier here because I don't want to rear end him.
As you can see now, guys, that Josh behind us is now 2 seconds behind as we run wide there. So we are extending that gap between ourselves and third place, and we run a bit wide here again. Now it doesn't look like Josh is defending too much from Drum Map. I'd also like to put this in here real quick. We didn't realise the penalty system you had to serve on each lap, guys. Okay, so if you get a penalty, you have to serve it before finishing that lap. Now there was a lot of us that didn't understand that during the first race, but it was very clear to us on the second race. So you will notice that people are not serving penalties this race, but they will be next race. And if you don't understand that, that's basically all they're doing is scrapping their penalty before they go over the line. It really does kind of like slow you down a little bit to not get these penalties. Now as you see again, we get a really good line through here, chuck it into that second part there, and then we're into the power again. And now Too Fast is really pulling away. As you can see, 1.5 seconds ahead of us going into the back straight here, guys. Just as we have a little look back there, we do see that Josh is still running with that penalty. But also on top of that, we see that Drum Mac is a few seconds behind him. So I know that I've got to put on the power here, keep the lines clean. 0 people are defending in this first 5 group. And as you can see up on the top right, the group is actually split. So I think you've got 1 to 5, then you've got 6, and then you've got 7 to 9, and then you've got a few odd ones behind, guys. So there's a lot of different packs in racing, which means there's a lot of different speeds going on. And again, as we check that little look back there, we do see we are about a second ahead now, 2 seconds behind Too Fast. Now I notice here, Too Fast likes to go out a bit wide there, take that braking zone on the actual rubber lips. I tried that in qualifying or practice, so it just kicked my back end out. So I'm not sure how he's managing to keep that, but GG to him, as he does get a good line through there. It's not the quickest line, but he does have a good line through there. I guess you just do what works for you. So as you see here, we start braking at about 75 yards into that corner, and that gives us a good run out there into this. That gives me a later brake zone. I see a lot of people brake at 100 or 125. Some people are breaking now actually, which is 50 yards shorter than what we're breaking, which is extremely early. But I guess that's how you got your cards set up. Now, as you see here, we get a good line through here. Now we're starting to shut the gap again a bit between ourselves and Too Fast. We've actually made up half a second in this lap, and we've also put on about 600 tenths of a second to third place. So we're extending, we're driving very, very well through this first sector. And as you see, we've got 8.5 minutes left of this race. And I don't think we picked up any penalties yet. As we go into the final corner again to complete lap 4. Now we're not close enough to slip, okay, but also the car behind us is not close enough to slip as well. And as you can see on the straight there, between ourselves and Josh, we're actually faster than him coming out of the corners. But Too Fast is faster than us coming out of the corners, but we can catch up in the top speed. So however Josh has got his car set up, it's not beating us in the pace out the corners, and it's not beating us at top end. So I knew at this point here, with Josh racing behind me, I can extend that gap on the straights and out the corners. But I also had to be aware that I was losing Too Fast while doing the same thing. So Too Fast definitely had the best setup car that I've seen on this track so far. So, I mean, dude, if you're watching this video, let me know what your setup is, please. I'd love to know it. Braking zone again, this is where we start making some time up on.
So this first sector, we're actually quicker than everyone else, I think.
Now I actually can't remember what happened in this race. I do know there was an incident towards the end, but I'm not going to spoil that. We'll wait for that to happen. And yeah, no, so we're doing well. Basically, this track has not got the best overtaking spots, especially for GR4s, because the GR4s are pretty much all the same speed. And as you can see, everyone's just kind of keeping the same gap. Unless a mistake's made, you're not really going to overtake because you're all pretty much the same pace going through these. So it is basically the grid order in line, other than Drum Max drop back to 4th and 3rd. Other than that, I think everyone's still in the same order. It's just a very very tactical course to get right. So as you can see, we're coming around to open it up lap 6. Now with 6 minutes left, we're probably looking at about 11 laps in this race.
Always received the penalty on that bend, so I'm taking it a little bit easier on that bend.
Looking at about 10 to 11 laps to get this race over and done with. And we do round 1, 2 and 3 every Sunday, guys.
Now we've got to fight from the back as well next race.
So as you see there, I've run a little bit wide. Now I believe this is where I pick up my first penalty. As you see, I'm not happy with myself there. It was scratch of the head. No, and it's just a penalty I should never have took. Again, as I want to state, we did not realise that you had to scrap the penalty on the current lap guys. Someone did put scrap your penalties, and I kind of read that in the group chat as, scrap it, it doesn't matter anymore, not realising they meant to scrap it each lap. So, blonde moment for me, but there wasn't many other people that was doing the same thing. So I kind of feel like we were at the same stupidity, let's say, for that idea there. But as you see, we do serve a lot of our penalty during the bends anyway. So
lap for me.
As you see, we come around to lap 7 to complete lap 6 and on to lap 7 with 5 minutes left. Too Fast has absolutely demolished that lead now. He's up to 3.5 seconds
just
and going up still.
So right now
we're not driving our greatest right now, as you can see. We're 0.8 seconds ahead of third. We've got a penalty. We're losing pace on first place Too Fast. Now this is where the mentality for this track, you need to work on this, and this is something I need to work on, is keeping my closer in the parts that we need to. And I kind of switch off during a lot of the racing. I am live streaming this on Twitch, so I do look at chat every now and then. I don't talk as much because it is for the championship, guys. But yeah, as you see again, we go wide on that corner, and my face says it all for that bit. Now we're defending.
Oh, focus
now
up!
he's in our slip. 0.4 seconds. He's completely there. We are fully aware he's there. Look at the mistakes we're making. Now, as we go in, we know we have to defend, so we take a tighter line, but it does bring us out wider than what we wanted to. Now, again, trying to get this corner correct here is difficult. This is a very, very difficult corner to get the power down in the correct position and keep yourself on the track. Now, as you see, he lunges up that inside there. We're side by side as we come out. Now, are we going to hold the position? Yep, we've got the inside for this bend here. But we do fully know now that he's going to commit to this one here as well, guys. So as we shut the door a bit there, he pulls out because we do shut it, but we go super slow through. And now we're defending onto the back straight, guys. Or the start straight, sorry. And as you see, he's right up that back end there. Bumper to bumper. We do have 100 tenths of a second penalty to serve as well. And as you see here, right, so we've actually shut the door on the inside there, and he actually goes wide to commit to that overtake, which gives him a penalty. Now, I have no idea what Josh was doing there, why he went up the left side. There wasn't any room for the overtake there. That kind of annoyed me a little bit, but I mean, we'll let it go. He did get a second penalty. And like I said, if this was actually like we
so I know
the second and third race, that 1 second penalty would have definitely cost him. As you see there, he actually goes in and pulls off and gets the penalty there, done. So I'm guessing he knew about penalty system. I didn't realise that was this race. But as you can see there, it
done it again.
Run wide for the third time in a row on that corner. Now I'm absolutely annoyed with myself at this point. Again, another half a second penalty served for no reason other than just switching off and going a bit too fast in and a bit wide. Now, as you can see, while all this is happening here, Too Fast is 5 seconds ahead of us with 2 minutes left of the race. So we're probably going to get maybe 2 laps done. This lap, 1 more. Just trying to work it out real quick. Yeah, I mean, probably 2 more after this one would be the race. 10 laps, I reckon we're going to finish.
Probably the next lap is the last lap.
Start line. No, so yeah, so this is the second to last lap. That next lap's going to be the last one with 1 minute 40. So we know we're coming on to this last lap. Now we've got 200 tenths of a second penalty left. As we get back there, someone else has got a penalty as well. So this is everything to fight for second. The race is pretty much won at this point for the Too Fast, unless he makes a massive mistake, which I can't see this guy making that mistake. He also races with me in the Porsche Cup, guys, and it's very close between myself, him, and A2. So we know that we've got to defend for this second, and that puts a lot of pressure on me, and I don't deal very well under pressure right now, as you can tell. New track, new car, new championship, new races. I mean, it's an absolute pleasure to race with some of these boys as well. So as we come down to the back straight for the final time, we're going to see in a second, well, in a minute, that lap is going to change to final lap. So we actually get 9 laps done in this race. Now, do we get this lap? Yep, we get that bend done correct on this lap after four tries. I mean, we went a lot slower through now, so I'm actually defending by driving a little bit slower than what I would do because I don't want to make any more penalties. Now, this could backfire on me. As you can see, we go up into 4th gear now, so we're in the same sort of pace as we go through on this bend. We run a little bit wider than what I want to there, which then sends me wide on this one here. As you can just see the bottom right that Josh is actually getting his nose up the inside.
I mean, it's not very overtaking track,
a few meters back, but he's having a look. Now, as you can see here, we run terribly well.
I have just put myself in danger.
Into a lot of trouble here. As I look back there, we notice that it's close, and I run wide again. Okay, just because I was looking back, and we cut the corner a little bit there, so I think we pick up a huge penalty. Yeah, 1.5 seconds penalty. So we're going to cross the line in second. We are going to receive 1.5 seconds like added on to that as well. So we're definitely going to lose second. But can we take that third position? As you see, it is the final lap. Too Fast does win that one, and we drop up to 4th. So we finished the first race of the season in 4th because of that 1.5 second penalty that we received on the very last lap, guys, which is very, very painful. But hopefully race 2 goes a little bit better than this one, guys. So don't forget, hit the like button and hit the sub button. I'll see you guys in the next video.